The core spirit of Soulmate. A soulmate is not a missing piece that fills your gaps. It's the person who appears when the part of you that once begged to be patched has learned it no longer needs patching. When you chase love, you unconsciously position yourself as lacking. But when you pause, turn inward, and learn to sit with yourself, you shift from hunting to becoming. Becoming love means you operate from peace, self-respect, and clarity. I am already enough, therefore I can give without fear of losing. From here you no longer decode every micro-gesture or cling to signs for hope. You recognize the right person by how your body softens, your mind clears, and your boundaries are honored. That recognition is quiet, steady, like an even breath. The quiet lets you distinguish fireworks that flare and die from a gentle compatibility that endures. When you stop casting anyone as your rescuer, you no longer outsource your worth to them. You walk into love as two whole adults, not two halves trying to fit. Love then doesn't save you from loneliness, it amplifies the richness you've cultivated within. So instead of asking, when will they come? Ask, who am I becoming? That question is the shortest path to the right person. The monk's answer and the Shaolin law of connection. When a woman asked a monk, "How do I know I've met the right person?" he replied, "When you no longer need them to heal what you refuse to face." That isn't romantic rhetoric, it's a spiritual strategy. Enter a relationship to anesthetize an unaddressed wound, and you'll use your partner like a painkiller, more dependence, more fear of loss, more abandoned boundaries. The Shaolin law says, become what you seek. Want respect? Live with clear boundaries. Want peace? Practice stillness. Want to be heard? First learn to hear yourself. When the qualities you long to receive become your way of life, you emit a frequency that draws people operating on that wavelength. This isn't performance or behavior hacks. It's honest integration. Your tone in a text, your reaction to rejection, your choices when you're tired. Attraction at depth doesn't come from surface tactics, but coherent energy. Do you stand for yourself when it's hard? Say no to what violates your values? Walk away when peace is trespassed? When this law runs, you're no longer magnetized by chaos because it doesn't match. Instead of hoping someone lifts you up, you raise your standards, and the right relationship finds you at the altitude you now keep. Your brain, nervous system, and the frequency you broadcast. Energy precedes interaction. What you emit, thoughts, emotions, nervous system state, shapes who feels familiar and what feels attractive. The brain loves the familiar. Mirror neurons amplify resonance. Near the grounded, you feel calm. Near the disordered, your body braces before any word is spoken. This is why the path to a soulmate doesn't begin at your next date. It begins in your daily patterns, your self-talk, your nighttime habits, your relationship with quiet. If your inner rhythm is rushed and scarce, you will feel at home in relationships that trigger that very rhythm, even when it hurts. To change outcomes, change rhythm. Start with nervous system hygiene, sleep, slow breathing, less digital noise, movement. Once regulated, you can read subtleties. Who lowers your shoulders? Who makes you hold your breath? You'll hear the interior question, am I caring or self-abandoning? Watch micro choices, replying when spent, saying okay while meaning no. Those small acts broadcast your living frequency, and that frequency selects who approaches. No miracles substitute this micro-discipline, but it's exactly what opens the door to a sturdy love, from body to mind to nervous system. A case study of overgiving from the fear of not enough. The woman who gave until she disappeared is not rare. She used care as currency to buy value, cooking, listening, scheduling, enduring, trading for the feeling of being chosen. But the root energy, fear of not being enough, made others respond to her insecurity, not her generosity. She wasn't dismissed because she was too good, but because her hidden message was, without serving you, I'm not worthy. The turn came when she stopped fleeing emptiness by overcaring and instead sat with discomfort, practiced being alone, and learned to say no without apology. Her energy shifted from pleading to self-respect. Softer presence, stronger backbone. No instant replies when exhausted, no negotiation when values are crossed, no rescuing competent adults from the consequences of their choices. Then she met a man anchored in himself. No chase, no theatrics to manufacture spark. Recognition arrived in a quiet, a loosening body, dovetailing rhythms, balanced effort. The lesson isn't stop being kind, but stop using kindness as ransom for worth. Give from overflow, not fear. Let your kindness grow a spine, boundaries. When the energy changes, outcomes change. Love enters not as a prize, but as the natural consequence of maturity. The look of a woman who has done her inner work. A woman who has done her inner work doesn't perform. She doesn't idolize romance as escape, nor label singleness as failure. She treats solitude as a gym, learning to sit still, nurturing passions, building routines that hold her up. Her presence speaks before words. She brings safety into rooms. When listening, she doesn't hijack stories. In conflict, she's kind and firm. She doesn't demand. She knows how to receive. She doesn't endlessly appease. She negotiates fairly. Her standards aren't loud. They show in what she no longer tolerates. One-sided effort, promises without proof, ambiguity painted with romance. She prizes peace over adrenaline, stability over games. That isn't being picky, it's saving time for what's right. When he arrives, she doesn't check boxes, she checks her body. Do my lungs deepen? Does my pace slow? Are my boundaries effortlessly respected? Enduring love doesn't need fireworks, it needs clean air to burn steady. This maturity makes her magnetic. The right person finds her because she stands at the frequency of clarity, peace, and self-respect. Sign number 1, vibrational alignment. One day, what used to get you high becomes exhausting. Chase texts, tests, strategic silences, fights followed by feverish makeups. Your nervous system can't digest that spice anymore. It now rejects roller coasters for a safe, even ground. Conversations you once tolerated feel hollow, and casual, undefined dating wears like a tight shirt. This is alignment. Your new frequency no longer fits with noise. You react less and observe more. Idealize less and verify more. You listen for the cadence of someone's life. Stable schedule, kept small promises, kindness and disappointment. All of it is frequency data. Don't confuse peace with boredom. Peace is the soil where deep intimacy roots. As alignment settles, your social circle self-filters. People who read your wounds will find you difficult and drift away. People operating from self-respect will recognize one another by how they treat time, promises, and differences. Trust this signal, even if it feels like loss. In truth, capacity is growing to hold a different kind of connection. Less theater, more substance. Less guessing, more saying. Less manipulation, more freedom. Sign number 2, hidden choreography and right timing. The hand of timing hides in the ordinary. Missed buses, rescheduled plans, wrong turns. You call it bad luck until hindsight reveals choreography. The needed skill is cognitive reframing, changing the story you tell yourself from "I'm delayed" to "I'm being rerouted." Many times the appointment appears when you're weak by social standards, grieving, relocating, fresh from a breakup. But that very rawness makes you honest, dropping shields and roles so presence can meet presence. Physiologically, an overactivated nervous system misses cues of connection. Practices like silence, less screen noise, and slow breathing aren't just chill vibes, but preparation to perceive grace. The sign of hidden choreography is a sense of rightness that needs no argument. Conversation glides, time dissolves, your body relaxes. Some doors shut cleanly. Don't chase them. That's also choreography. Rather than hunting for omens, become present.
Walk slower, listen deeper, respond sincerely. Keep a flexible calendar. When you move like this, random meetings become appointments written long ago. Timing is never late. It only inconveniences the impatient ego. Sign number 3. The mirror of contrast. Wrong relationships are classrooms, not to harden you, but to refine you. After cycles of manipulation, ambiguity, disappearances, if you wake up, you'll see the common denominator, not only the types you choose, but the energy in you that permits repeats. Contrast forces you to demote chemistry and elevate compatibility. Do we share rhythms and operating values? Can we repair conflict? In parallel, train interoception, the reading of your body's cues. Meet someone and feel excited, anxious? Pause.